Hey everybody, DSJ here. Sorry for the lack of uploads, but for anybody that paid attention to my community posts, well, I put it like this. Everybody's going through this pandemic, and it's been difficult with everybody, whatever. But I think well, I know I'm pretty much rambling at this point, but I need, I basically need to tell my story. What's been going on lately? It's gonna get a little personal. Well, at first when the pandemic started or whatever, you know, I'm trying, I'm, tr- I try, I've been trying to, stay optimistic, like everything will be okay in a matter of weeks and stuff like that. Then I started realizing, like, things are not gonna be the same as I hoped. But I tried, I tried to still remain optimistic or whatever. But let's go ahead and add everything in here, shall we? You know, I am a, I am an essential worker. I do have to go out every day to work still. And I have I have friends and co-workers that's worrying about about the whole pandemic, and I just want everybody just to remain calm and everything so we could one, be safe at our jobs, and then make sure we make it back to our families in one piece. But when cases start happening close to home or whatever, that's when I really started to get worried. And then the worst start to happen. And I don't tend to share this with everyone, but I do need to talk about this. I have very bad anxiety. I've always had very, very bad anxiety. But a lot of times, I try to, sweep it under the rug and try to remain optimistic. But when I have very bad anxiety, a couple of things happen. I get either truly sad or truly angry. And while we're dealing with stuff like misinformation, massive panic, and people doing absolutely stupid stuff, it gets to me. And when I say stupid stuff, I mean people going out their way to try not to be safe. Especially at the cost of other people's lives. Innocent lives. That is an absolute pet peeve of mine. And when I start getting like that, it's hard to be cheerful. And when my friends start noticing that, even my mom started noticing that, my better half even noticed. That's when they were like, they had to sit me down and just were like, you know what, everything will be okay. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you have to power through it. And my mom also added something else to it, to that saying, like, even at its darkness, my dad was, when he was alive, he was still face it no matter what. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been having nightmares, like straight up nightmares, like, what if I come home and end up infecting my family with this stuff, mainly because I have to go to work or whatever. But I keep, but in the midst of that fear, I kept forgetting that my job actually, well, the main part of the mission is safety of the employees, which I know. It's just, you get them what if scenarios, especially the way a lot of news put out there, like, things will get worse before they get better, which I know that's still absolutely true. But it compounds, in my mind to the point it's just like, what if I'm the cause of, of my loved one's demise? And I had ongoing nightmares about that for weeks. And I didn't talk to anybody about it. And it was rather depressing. But as soon as my closest people in my life told me that everything would be alright, still remain me, but don't hesitate to talk to them about how how I feel about things, I slowly start feeling better. I started playing my games again. And you know what? The one thing we have to pretty much rely on is hope. And I'm not gonna lie, the nightmares I had, they scared the hell out of me. And when when that type of worry and that type of anxiety starts to really affect my life like that, it's never a good thing. And I'm not gonna lie, just talking about my anxiety, it is actually difficult to talk about. Am I? But here's what it boils down to: am am I still afraid of it? Like what's going on? Oh hell yeah! Am I gonna let it stop me for doing you know, what I need to do and what I want to do within reason. At first, I'll be honest with you, I almost did. But if I would have let that happen, I could just I just could imagine my dad would come out his grave and pretty much would tell me I don't need to be a coward. Still be safe, but you still gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, you know, my store's on being closed down. That it didn't bother me much for the simple reason I have enough. To me, run out of food is not an issue. Not having the latest game wasn't an issue. That was the least of my worries. But as everything was going on, it was actually becoming difficult of me, you know, for me to actually put a brave front for my family because I don't want them to freak out because I know they're just as worried about everything that's going on. It's a scary time we live in currently. But we all have to face it. But there's some things that did bring me cheer, you know, besides my family, you know, that helped me recover. Like seeing some viewers actually view my old stuff, you know, saying like I basically played like a noob, even though back then I played the game blind, but still. But the fact, you know, they still remember, like a lot remember it fondly. The fact they even watch it at all still brings me joy. And I'm actually fine with that. I'm not gonna lie though, worried. I am worried about my family that's up in New York. Even though I live in the Carolinas, North Carolina, really. I still got family in New York, Georgia. Well, basically across this whole entire country. And it's like I can't help but to worry, and the more I worry, the more my anxiety goes up. But I have to remember that everything will be okay. Will everything be the same? No, it won't. And I finally came to terms to that, but I know eventually everything will be okay. But it's more or less I'm to the point now. I'm just no longer gonna like keep my worries to myself anymore because all it's gonna do is just gonna worry everybody. Hey, good God, I'm sucking right now. Well, this is going to sound cheesy, but the moral of my story mainly is like, if you feel that you're not feeling like yourself, and you know it's something that is straight up wrong, and you can't calm down in any way, form, or fashion, don't keep it to yourself. Talk to somebody. It really will help you in the long run. End up helping me, cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm I tend to be stubborn when it comes to things like that. And I need to stop being stubborn. I do have people in my camp. All you guys have supported me in my channel for so many years. Supported like everything that my life and it had, everything that life threw in my direction. All of you support me. My family supports me. It's just like the fact I know that actually makes me happy. But everyone, for real, you should never hesitate into talking to somebody when you feel down, when you feel trapped, like everything's just like closing in on you. Because that is almost a gateway of just giving up. Knowing I have people that have my back, I made up my mind. Well, let's just say it. I got more of a stronger resolve to say that no matter how much the world changes, I'm gonna get through this. I will make sure my family get through this too. I also make sure I check up on my sister, my niece and nephew as well to make sure they're okay. But yes, hope, optimism is the key. Not blind optimism. Let me make that clear. But you need to keep on holding on to hope. The only way to fight this craziness is not to do crazy things like we keep seeing on the news and on social media, and God knows everything else. What a I know I'm not saying this right, but I'm gonna say it the best way I can, as eloquent as I can. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I urge everyone, including myself, we have to power our way through it. It's going to be hard. Yes, it's easier said than done. Trust me. But we can't give up on hope. That's my story / speech, I guess. The best way I could say it. But the one thing I'd like for y'all to do in the comments section if y'all do have a story to tell about y'all lockdown, quarantine, or just this whole entire COVID situation, how y'all feel about what's going on, you know, how y'all cope with things or whatever. Please share, because everybody has a story to tell. Everyone does. And you know what? There's a lot more people that can relate to your situation way more than you think. I'm trying not to tear up by talking about this, but I'm glad I finally got it off my chest. And it was hard for me to talk about. And I could also understand if you don't want to talk about it because it's hard for you to talk about it or whatever. That's fine too. I understand. Well, this was the SJ. And remember, everybody, let's all nerd the heck out. And more importantly, more than ever, remain safe. Just remain safe. And don't give up on hope, no matter what. I'll see you guys later. And now it's time to go back to form and make videos again. See you guys later. And take care.